Showtime with Coop is brought to you by Prize Picks and the Game Time app.
Welcome to a new year edition of Showtime with Coop, insightful BS with my Laker teammates and a lot of NBA legends. And I got my teammate here that took me when we went to Las Vegas to bring in the new year. My first time ever. I had such a great time. I got sick. I can't even
No.
hear. I got nasal congestion, B. I can't hear out of my left ear. But we're going to power through this shit, man. Byron Scott's in the house. Boy, what? Well, I'm not going to say what's up because I know what's up. How you doing to the listeners?
I'm good, Coop, man. We had a ball. We had a ball on New Year's Eve and brought the New Year's in the right way, man. It was so good. You and the bond with us, man. We had a ball, dog.
B, now you can't be talking smooth because I can't hear you. I can just barely.
Hey, you turn to the other ear then, damn it. I mean, I can't talk no louder.
Anyway, we're going to get started. We want to thank you, B, for sharing a few minutes up with us this morning. First thing, got three topics I want to talk about. The first one, 2025. We
Yeah.
brought it in on a good note in Vegas, but do you realize, B, it's been 40 years since 1985 championship of us beating the Celtics. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I do realize that, Coop. Every day, man, just reminiscing about the days that we played in the '80s, the battles that we had with the Celtics, being the first Laker team to beat them in the championship series. Taking that monkey off of Jerry West and Will Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, and those guys is back and making them so proud. Yeah, 40 years, man. It's a long time, but I remember it like it was yesterday because it was such a great series and it was a great time for us in LA to come home with that damn trophy. That was the best. That was the best time. That my first one, and it was probably the most memorable one, and the most probably historical one as well. Because again, we had never beaten the Celtics in a 7-game series, and we were the first to do it.
You know, it'd be 40 years and you're still looking debonair. You're looking handsome. You're looking luscious. And you know what? All of those words describe the type of player that you were. What are some of your fondest memories of that championship? Or actually, let's go with that whole season because that was a heck of a season we had to play the Celtics.
It was a great season because remember we lost the year before, so we were on a mission. We were on a mission that year. I remember, when that series was over, it was probably 2 weeks later. We were all back working out. Guys were in the gym, guys were on at UCLA in the track, playing at UCLA in the mornings till afternoons. And I knew we were just on a mission that year. It was a special year because of the fact that we were all about winning and all about getting back, and we were hoping we would get back and see them again because we knew that we were the better team, and we lost in '84, even though we were the better team after they after Kevin McHale clotheslined Kirk Rambis. It just changed the whole complexity of the series, and we stopped really playing our game. So we learned a lesson, and we understood in '85. We were going to get back there again and hopefully get a chance to play them again. So that whole season was very memorable. Like you said, we got off to a great start. And we just put our foot on the pedal, Coop, the whole year, man. We just didn't let up. And I just remember just going through every series and how we just dominated everybody. And even I remember my dad taking me to the airport, and we're up 3-2 to Boston, and the next two games are supposed to be in Boston. And my dad said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Dad, we packed for one game." I said, "We're gonna win this game in six." And my dad, he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." So when we won the championship and it came back home, he was like, "You said it was so much conviction." He said, "But I thought it was going to go seven." He said, "But the way you said it," I said, "Yeah, but that's how we all thought." We were like, we packing for one game. So that whole season, Coop, I remember because it was such a, like you said, such a great season. It was such a memorable season, and we did exactly what we wanted to do: get back to the finals and play them again to prove to them that we were the better team.
You know, B, I'm gonna hop back to the training camp going before. You remember in '84, as you mentioned, that we lost and we got back in the gym and everybody was working. But the thing that stands out to my mind, as far as us winning that championship, is how in shape we were. You know,
Mhm.
prior to going to training camp, we had to do that treadmill. Remember the treadmill
Yeah.
thing?
Oh yeah.
Pat
With that
Riley
with that
wanted
big ass mask over
everybody's,
face.
huh?
with that big ass mask and everything on your face.
Yeah, and that 8, 9 grade
Yeah,
incline,
yeah,
Pat Riley wanted everybody to do a little bit better than before. And when you're running the treadmill and that incline goes up 1, 2, 3% grades, it becomes harder.
yeah.
And I remember the year before that, I ran 18 minutes on it on a 6% incline, doing about 20 minutes. I mean, 20
Hmm.
miles an hour. I mean, so we're
Hmm.
running
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
AC Green was always the one that everybody had to beat. And I mean, I worked out. I was running in my neighborhood, getting ready. And that particular year in 1985, I went 22 minutes. I went 2 or 3 minutes longer. That meant that I was in condition. I know everybody did. The only one that really didn't do his time was Cap, but Cap's a
yeah,
big guy. So,
yeah.
but Forrest
Exactly.
Guard, myself, Magic, you, Worthy, Green, Rambus, everybody had went up about 2 or 3 percentages on that. And I think that was the key for that season too, because we were ready.
Yeah, I agree with you, Coop. I know I was in great shape, but that treadmill thing, I did like 17 and a half, and I stopped because my damn back was hurting because the elevation was so high.
Yeah.
And the guy that was doing the test, when I stopped, he said, "Why did you stop?" Because I'm looking at I'm looking at all this stuff. You don't look like you tired. I said, "Yeah, but my back hurting."
Yeah.
You know, I said, "I'm good." I said, "My back hurting though." I said, "I'm not gonna keep running this thing with my back hurting." But you're right. We all came in, and like you said, Gary Vitti at training camp went over all the tests, and the only one was Cap that didn't make his time. But like you said, at 7'2" with that type of incline, I know that was extremely hard on him. But we started training camp, man. We were focused and ready to go.
If you want to make a memory, you got to go to Game Time. All right. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you all the incredible deals and the great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of seats. You've got the super deal. Don't forget about the super deal. Also, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference for the lowest price guarantee. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code CLNS for $20 off.
So B, 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years it's been since we beat the Celtics. What Celtic player do you still hate to this day from that moment? I got 3 of them, but I'm just asking you for one. I got 3 that when I think about 85, I can't fucking stand them.
Well, I got two. I mean, Danny Ainge and ML Carr. I mean, those two guys, and I even made amends with Danny Ainge uh, during my coaching time with New Jersey because they would come and ask me to do the pregame stuff, and I was like, no, fuck y'all, I ain't talking to y'all. I was like, I ain't doing that, right? So I finally ran into Danny Ainge, and he was kind of like, I don't know why he hate me so much. I was like, but we cool. I said, this is cool though. But him and ML, man, I was like, those two guys that I just couldn't stand back then, and pretty much still to this day. They still on my list. But if I ran into a Coop, I would be cool because like you said, it's 40 years, water under the bridge. But boy, when you mention them and you say who do you still hate, those two come to mind right away.
B, you better not tell me you softening up. Don't be softening up on them. My 3 is Danny Ainge, ML Carr, and I fucking can't stand Cedric Maxwell, cornbread, whatever he want to be called. That fucking guy gets on my nerve, man. But I'm like you, B. I soften up because when I see him now, I'm like, hey, Bax, how you doing? We still so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like you
I
said,
3.
look, Cedric was the one when he would do the radio show for them. So he would talk to every coach. And Bobby Marks, bless his heart, was our PR guy in New Jersey. And my first year coaching in Jersey, he's like, Cedric Maxwell want to come in and talk to you because he talks to every coach. I said, fuck him. I ain't talking to him. And Coop, I didn't talk to him for 2 years. And Bobby was like, the second year, he was like, Coach, you're killing me. He talks to every coach. You're the only coach that he hasn't talked to. And I said, so what? And so the last time we went to Boston, Bobby was like, man, coach, please. I mean, this dude was begging me, Coop. And I finally was like, all right. So Cedric came in. And when he came in, Coop, I had that hard look. He was like, hey, B. I was like, what's up? I was like, what's up? I had my Inglewood look on, Coop, right? So when he sat down and we started talking and we finished, Bobby came in to get us and we in there laughing and shit. And I was like, okay, you know what? You all right, dog. I can see why I hated your ass so much because y'all was like us. The Celtics, if you got to give them their respect, they
For
were
sure.
like us in a way as far as winning. It was all about winning. They didn't care about individual, accolades or achievements. They wanted to win as a team, just like we did. And I think that's why we hated each other so much because they was competitive as hell, just like we were. They played the right way, just like we did, and it was all about winning.
You know what? The reason why I hate him, B, is because he's told this story many, many times, and I hate it when he tells this story. He says if he was walking down the street with a cup of water and he saw the Lakers on fire, he said, I wouldn't even drink the water. I'd throw it out on the side. I wouldn't even put y'all out. So that's why I can't stand the dude. But you gotta love him because you know what? And I agree with you, B. They actually made us the team we became
Yeah.
because of the competitive nature, that fiery attitude they had, and that will to win.
Yeah, no, I think they made us just like we made them. I think it made for unbelievable basketball because of the hatred that we really had for each other. We wanted to beat the shit out of them. They wanted to beat the shit out of us, and we truly couldn't stand them, and they couldn't stand us. So I think that's what made it such a great rivalry. And I think, like you said, before, sharp, iron sharpens iron, and you're absolutely right. They made us a better basketball team, and I think we did the same for them.
Now, B, you listen to Showtime with Coop. We got my guy, my boy, one of the three amigos, one of the three musketeers in the house, two of the three, Coop and B. And we missing Magic, but we're going to get him sooner or later. B, give me one. Well, first of all, second topic, you heard the little um, outcry with Barkley and JJ Redick? Have you heard
No, I
that?
ain't hear nothing about that.
Okay, well, JJ Redick was heard said, well, he said this to the TNT, Kenny, Shaq,
Yeah,
Barkley, all them guys,
yeah.
that they're the reason why the fan appeal is down in the
Oh,
NBA.
oh, Lord.
And Charles Barkley lit him up. Charles lit him up. Uh, you know, what Charles said is, hey, when you come for the king, you better not miss. And he took a shot and missed. And Charles, man, went in on. He said, you know what? You can't put lipstick on a pig, meaning the Lakers, because the Lakers ain't no good. He thought he was gonna go there and change the Lakers. But you know what? I gotta give JJ this. I have to. I
Oh,
think he's giving them a sense of purpose of playing hard. I really
yeah,
do because the
yeah.
Lakers were they're a mess, but they weren't playing hard. And what are your thoughts on that comment about the reason that the NBA fan appeal is down?
No, and I think you're right. I think JJ's done a really good job, with this team so far, because they are competing, much harder than they have in the last couple of years or so. But uh, when you talk about the viewership is down like 48% or something like that, which is crazy, and you're trying to blame it on TNT or the media and all this stuff, I think that's crazy. And he's right. You can't put lipstick on a pig. The viewership is down because of the players. It has nothing to do, I think, with the league or with media and all that. I mean, people hate the way the game is being played. The threes and all this stuff. The game it's such a beautiful game when you have five guys playing the same way. When you got everybody involved in the offense, when you got movement and it's such a but when you got one guy dribbling for 20 seconds and three guys in the parking lot and one guy standing under the basket, that's not basketball. So I think, JJ's a little off base as far as that's concerned because he's in it. And he's part of that because that's the way the Lakers play as well. They don't have a ton of movement. The best teams in the league over the years that have a lot of movement, ball movement, people movement was Golden State, San Antonio. There are so many teams that just stand around with one guy dribbling for 20, James Harden, dribble for 20 seconds and it's either a home run or a strikeout. You either hit a three or you miss it, right? So I think it's the viewership is down because of the way the game is played. I don't think it has anything to do with the media. The media is just reporting on what they're seeing, and that's what TNT is doing.
And Charles said he better be quiet because it's like every 30 seconds is a 3-point shooting contest about the Lakers. That's all they shoot. And you're right, B. That is the way the game is played. It's not pretty, but it is attractive because I got a 19-year-old son. I know you know people.
Yeah,
The kids love that now, but
yeah.
it's the viewers that really pay attention to the game don't like the way the game is being played. That's so unfortunate, but I think now JJ should just concentrate on coaching the Lakers
Yeah,
and
JJ should leave
try
the
to get
media
them
alone.
out of being a play-in team and a playoff team.
Yeah, JJ, listen, just leave the media alone. Concentrate on getting the Lakers to the playoff, like you said. Coaching. You all these outside. As you remember, Rouse used to say, we in that fishbowl. And all these outside people that's trying to get in and making all these comments. You can't pay attention to that in any way. You got to focus in on what you got to do. And you can't change what the media is going to think anyway. What he's going to do is he's not going to alienate himself against the media, but he's going to make it harder because they're going to be coming after him even more so. Because media are people, and people and people hold grudges. So you better watch what you say with them. Just go on and just coach the Lakers and get them to the playoffs. That's all you got to do.
Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on Prize Picks, you just go against the numbers. You against the numbers, that's it. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. That's right, $10 into $1,000. It's that easy. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long with Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Run your game.
You listen to Showtime with Coop. We got Byron Scott in the house. B, we're at the portion of the show where we call it SBC. Start, bench, and cut. I'm gonna give you 3 names. We got 3 segments. I'm gonna give you 3 names.
Okay.
And you gotta tell me why you're starting this person, why you're benching this person, and why you're cutting this person, okay?
Okay.
First one.
How many names you got all together? Just 3?
Got 9 all together.
9. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay, the first group. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James.
Start, bench.
Who you gonna start?
Between the 3, you mean?
Yeah, between those 3, who you gonna start?
Oh, I got to start MJ.
Okay, why?
Probably the best offensive player that we've seen. I mean, MJ had no weaknesses. Could take you off the dribble, can pull up. Obviously towards the end of his career, he was able to shoot threes. He could post you, and then he gonna guard your ass. So I'm MJ would be the starter.
Who you gonna bench?
I would be benching.
You got Kobe or LeBron?
I had to bench Kobe. He had to come.
Okay.
He had to be Coop. He had to be the 6th man.
And why you cutting LeBron?
Because he's not better than those 2.
Okay. All right.
in my mind, and I love LBJ, but he's not better than those 2 in my mind.
All right, here's your next 3.
Okay.
John Stockton, Bob Cousy, Mark Price.
Ooh.
John Stockton, Bob Cousy, Mark Price. Who you starting?
I'm starting John Stockton.
Why?
John just was a fierce competitor, and you and me both know John well. We had to guard his little ass. He was tough as hell, came to play every single night, no nonsense. He's going to get you 10, 12, 15 assists, and he's probably going to turn the ball over once or twice at the most. And he was just the ultimate floor leader, a quiet guy, but played hard, competitive as hell. And yeah, John would be my starter.
And you know why? I'm just telling you, he's stopping because he's in a rap music song. Have you heard that?
Yeah,
That's bitch like Stockton.
Yeah,
you heard that?
Yeah.
So if you can get into a rap song,
and I
got
think
something going for you.
Yeah,
Who you benching?
Khalil. I think that's Kendrick Lamar who has a rap
song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who you gonna bench?
I'm a bench.
Bob
Um,
Cousy,
or
Mark
Mark
Price.
Price. I'm a benchmark Price.
Why?
And I'm gonna tell you again why, because Mark is another one of those guys that was very competitive, good floor leader, but Mark could shoot the hell out that ball.
Shoot the hell out of it.
Mark could shoot the hell out that ball. So I would have to bring March off the bench.
And Bob Cousy, why you cutting him?
Because he ain't got no left hand. I ain't seen no jumper. You know, Bob could dribble the hell out that damn ball all over the place with that right hand, but he could, I think if you made him go left, he still dribble with his right, you know. So I might have to go ahead and let Bob go.
But he a champion though, B. The
But he a
reason I'm
champion
cutting
big
you is
time.
because he's a Celtic.
Yeah, and that's the other reason.
All right, B. The last three. Start, bench, cut. Worthy, Dominique Wilkins, Anthony Edwards. Who you starting?
Oh, James Worthy. I mean,
Why?
clever
Oh,
6'9",
big
red,
game. That's all we got to say.
big game James. I mean, a triple double in the damn 7-game finals against Detroit. That's all you really had to say. But James ran like a deer. That boy could, you know, he post up anybody. He had, you know, that's why we called him clever. He had the best post up moves down there on that box. He could take you 15 feet out and dribble past your ass and get to the cup. And then he developed that little 15-foot jumper too. Clever was a bad boy. So yeah, I'm starting clever.
And he's a clever kind of fella. That's how
Clever
he got
kind of
his name.
fella.
Who you go bench?
Uh,
Dominique or
Dominique
Anthony
or
Edwards?
I'm benching Dominique. The human highlight film, Dominique gonna bring it, and we both know Dominique played his ass off too. He played hard
That's
every
right.
single night. Dominique was one of the few players I've ever seen shoot the ball from 17 feet, miss it, and dunk it on the damn rebound. I mean, he was just athletic, full of energy, and just played the right way. I thought Dominique was just a hell of a basketball player, you know. So I would have to bench Dominique. Anthony Edwards, young boy from Minnesota, we see he's got unbelievable potential, but I would have to cut him off out of this list with these two guys. You got two Hall of Famers. He ain't got there yet. He's got some time to go.
And you know what? He made a comment about our generation of players
Yeah,
that I didn't too much like.
yeah, I
But
heard
you
that
know
shit
what?
too.
Yeah, but the boy can play. I got to give him his, man. He made a move about 2 weeks ago, B, where he went through the hoop and dunked the ball. And you know that thing that they do like this now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did that. And when he flexed out, man, all the muscles in his body was
Hey,
ripped open.
hey,
I was like, okay,
hey,
okay.
Coop, that boy built a little bit like Orlando Woolridge, man. That
Yep.
boy, he is muscular as hell. But you're right, he made that comment. Even Buck Rome didn't like that comment. Buck said, I don't. They said, what do you think about his comment? You got anything to say about it? He said, no, I don't really, say comment or really answer comments about guys who ain't won shit. So he kind of put him on blast about, you making all these comments about old school players, but you ain't won nothing, young man. Have some respect for the people who got you to this level, just like we did when we had respect for the guys before us. So just have some respect, tone it down a little bit.
B, you think he could have played in the 80s, Anthony Edwards?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With that
I do
body,
too.
shit, yeah. And I mean, and
That would have
he got,
tape.
yeah, he got the attitude, which you gotta
Yeah.
love, but he just gotta be a little bit more respectful, because back then, because we'd have been like, watch your mouth, boy, because we'll slap you in the face, shit. You can't be just talking like, out the side of your neck all the time. So he's just young, but talent wise, Coop. And I love the fact that he's come up and he's talked about this, load management. He's like, load management, I want to play every game, which is the way you should be. That's the attitude you should have. So I do like Anthony Edwards a lot. But when you talk about James Worthy and Dominique Wilkins, yeah, bro, you ain't making that squad, dog.
Well, there you have it. The new edition, the first edition, and I had to have my guy Byron Scott on of 2025. B, I'm not gonna hold you up because I know you want to get out there on that golf course if you haven't
No, I
been
gotta go work
already.
out, Coop. I gotta go get my workout in today. I'm gonna hit the
Okay.
golf course tomorrow. I gotta get all
there
this
you
alcohol out of me.
there you got to be. Last thing before you go, man. What's your one or two New Year's resolutions? What are you promising to do better or be better at?
You know what, Coop? This is probably the first year that I really didn't sit down and think about a New Year's resolution. I think even though the New Year's here, I still got time to do that. It's just a few days into it. But I haven't really sat down this year and thought about that. I think not everybody, but most people's when they go into the New Year's is always to, have more, to have more money. So, prosper more financially and all that stuff. I'm thinking about other stuff. I'm at that age where I'm thinking about, things that I might have done in the past that I want to kind of, say, hey, my bad. I'm sorry about doing this and blah, So I haven't thought about it. So it's something I'm gonna think about and just take probably two things and say, I'm gonna change this for the for 2025.
For me, B, because you already granddaddy, my oldest
Yeah,
son, I'm a
yeah,
grandfather.
yeah.
Michael the third and Madison, twins that were born. I
Oh,
want to be the best grandfather I could be, and I'm taking lessons from you. I see how you handle your grandkids, man. And B, that's my New Year's resolution. Want to be the best grandfather I can be, man.
that's a good one, Coop. And I got four of them, man. And one lives here in Vegas because me and Cece, we still here in Vegas until Monday. We're gonna go to the Raiders game Sunday. But the grandkids are a blessing, man. I love them to death. And my second oldest, Layla, I promised her, just like I promised my other granddaughter, Kyla, when they turned 12, I would get them a phone. So Layla's waiting for us to get back home, but we already bought
Got
the
a hands
phone.
out.
We already bought the phone and we did a video and showed it to her, Coop, and she was like, "Oh my God, thank you, Papa, thank you." So we got to get that back home and get her phone, take her to Verizon and get it all hooked up and all. She already got her number, But that's a good resolution to have, Coop, because I love being with my grandkids. They are something special, man.
B, love you,
And
boy.
and, and
Thank.
Coop, and we got one coming probably the end of this month. Cece's son Jared. So Cece's expecting her first granddaughter, but it'll be our fifth together. All
All
girls.
right.
All girls.
Congratulations, boy. Heck
Thank you,
yeah.
dog. Thank you. So we're
B, thank you
excited.
so much, man, for sharing a little bit of time with us and for helping me bring Showtime with Coops into the new year, boy. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And as they say out on the golf course, keep hitting them straight, which you always do.
Thanks, Coop. I love you, boy.
All right. Love you too. Thanks, B.
NBA History Channel is brought to you by Prize Picks and the Game Time app.